Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video we are taking a look at NIO stock. So we resisted at that very critical important zone which, as I said in my previous videos as well, and we'll take a look at it again. Longevity for the upside on NIO would not really come into it unless we get above this $7 range, this red zone. And NIO is already crawling its way back to the downside. What is the structure telling us though? Is it bearish or does it still has a room to come back? We'll talk about all of that in this video. I'll take you over a couple of articles as well, but we'll start off with the price action. But before all of that, I want to let you know none of this is any financial advice. It's only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. Let's get to the weekly interval first. So if you have seen my last video, I mentioned that, guys, on the overall longevity for the proper upside, nothing is going to change on NIO until we get above this zone of $7 range. All right, this whole red area. This is where NIO is a dead stock below $7. Okay, and it's still reacting there again. Earnings happened and we didn't see a gap up or a gap down, it just went sideways. But the point being, it never went above $7 range. We had to get above that to really build it, to change the full direction on this for the longevity. So it hasn't done yet, that thing. And can it do it though? Well, let's get back to the daily interval. We have lost some critical structure. Now, I mentioned that to you. We have to hold above these areas, $6.33, and 606 is technically was almost a give or take last line of defense, but we had to hold through these pullbacks and then hold strength. I mentioned that sure, even if we start to go lower below this red area until this zone of $5.63, and you can also give it actually this zone also like $5.30. Until there, technically yes, this can be taken as a pullback. Okay, and we are technically in the pullback. However, this being NIO, and this is a special case, this just because it's NIO, it's a special case because we are already in the underwater in the price action structure $7. The longevity uptrend is not going to come on this because a lot of sellers are sitting there. It's a critical break of structure. It's just not worth it to even hold through a pullback because that it's just the 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 strength is just not there, right? The strength is not there. So yes, in technical words, it's a pullback right now. Okay. However, this pullback is just as bad as being bearish again and good for nothing, unfortunately. So you can watch if $5.63 tries to stabilize, or if it dips lower, if it tries to stabilize at 530, but it's not gonna give you that long-term upside. It may go again from $5.30 to $6 again, 30, 50, 70 cents of move, that's it. But if you are looking for a run up like dollars amount, that's not going to happen on NIO until it gets above $7. Going to 20, 30 possibility is just not there. It's just not there. It's not even in the conversation, right? So that's a little bit of right now as a bull. Yes, it's a disappointing, okay, on NIO. And I'm here to share my honest opinion, what I think. Definitely you don't have to agree with what I say, and please do your own thing, right? Now, let's get to the hourly interval, because why are we bearish, right? Like, why are we in the pullback, first of all? And why are we not in the strength? Because we are in a downtrend on the multi-day. Let's get to the hourly interval. So this is where earnings happened. This thing just went sideways, but the problem is that in coming days, it just started to form multi-day downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, and at this point, it has lost some more critical levels, especially like $6.05. And technically, as we stay below $6.05, it has a room to come down to that $5.60 area as the first next target magnet. Only and only if from where we are, if we can start to get above and close above $6.05 again, some strength can build up. But $6.05 above, and then also $6.20 above, full on, if we can do that, then only we can expect, okay, it's going for the test of that major $7 resistance zone again, and then possibly if it breaks out, we might see. It's important to see a breakout above that, then only strength would come in NIO for the longevity. Otherwise, no, it's just a dead stock again right now. It's just going in the downtrend, unfortunately. All right. So, what next is left? Right now, as I said, there is nothing left on this thing right now. It's in the, unless it turns in a bullish structure, and I gave you those levels and the zones to watch. Right now, it's multi-day week, and I would give it as also overall weak enough, even though it may look like a pullback, but this pullback is weak. It's in itself enough that it's just not worth to really have any expectations on this for a good upside. Let's say we come down to $5.60. All right, just because it's there doesn't mean it's a buy now. We'll have to again see where it will turn back up again in a multi-day uptrend. Better only would be if we get above like $6.04, but by then there will be some lower um, levels intervals as well, like on the hourly interval. Let's see if there are some already now, or if they're not, my tools will automatically mark those levels for you. So if you have access to my tools, you would know this. So yeah, no, if we come down there to let's say $5.06, nothing can form in an uptrend unless we get above $5.82 technically. So the more and more we fall lower, the more and more, even in these pullbacks, it just takes away any importance on the strength side on NIO. If we, that's the whole point. Only and only if we break above this whole $7 range, because it's such a major resistance, critical resistance for the longevity on NIO, the overall directional structure is not going to change until then, and then only we can talk about $9.50 and then areas above that I previously provided you, $14 and so forth. Okay, so that's a price action on NIO. Let me take you over a couple of articles here. Some are funny, at least for me. For example, this one, NIO ADR's price target raised to $6 from $4 by DBS. I think DBS is what, Deutsche Bank maybe? Anyways, don't quote me on what DBS stands for, but this just by DBS. Well, what's the point of raising $6 2 days ago when it was already at $6 2 days ago and it's already now below that? So far behind. Like price has moved there and then they move their price targets. What's the point? What's the point of them doing all this stuff? There are some other price. Yeah, that's in the Hong Kong numbers. Um, this is another article. NIO and Xpeng set delivery records as EV prices drop. So China's electric vehicle market saw a sharp rebound in August as several car makers posted record monthly deliveries on the back of competitively priced new models. At this point, I want to though mention that, guys, as EV prices drop, more deliveries, but EV prices drop as well. So their bottom line may not be increasing by that many fold even, because it's the, prices are also coming down. NIO delivered 31,305 units, a new high, driven largely by its sub-brand Onvo, which alone accounted for 16,434 vehicles. The company's new six-seater SUV L90 launched August 1st, with a seven-seater model expected by late September. Xpeng also hit a record, so it's just not NIO, okay? So delivering 37,709 vehicles in August, more than NIO, boosted by strong sales of its new low-priced P7 model, which started at 219,800 yuan, approximately $30,800, and began shipping on August 28th. Leap Motor led in growth rate, Wow, look at it, delivering 57,066 units SAN, 88% year over year. So you get my point, right? It's and BYD is dominating 371,501 units. So NIO, sure, they made their more, vehicles delivery, but every other, company is delivering more than NIO as well. So, and also in my previous video, I showed you how much NIO has liquidated its outstanding shares. Check my video out, previous one on my channel on NIO. I talked about why it's not good for investors. But anyways, guys, the technicals are really not going to change on NIO unless we get above $7. Below that, that was it. That was the run on this thing, looks like. And at this point, if price stabilizes or shows some strength as per the levels I just went over, we may see some, something may happen. But unless we, even to begin with, from where we are, unless we get above $6.05, like there is nothing you can even think of to the upside at where we are, from where we are, right? So, and then there are levels above we have to regain slowly and slowly, then only there's a chance, otherwise no. All right, that's all I had for you guys in this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care, bye.